Hi guys, so the Foreign Secretary Liz Truss was interviewed by Kay Burley of Sky News about what the British government will do next in its dispute with France over the issuing of fishing licences and how the French government seem to be issuing threats, which include causing disruption at the ports connecting Britain to mainland Europe. Now, she said that something needs to be done, and done in the next 48 hours. However, her government will take action. She doesn't say what action this is, but I think I have an idea. Let's hear what she had to say.
The French have made completely unreasonable threats, including to the Channel Islands and to our fishing industry, and they need to withdraw those threats.
Or else?
Or else we will use the mechanisms of our trade agreement with the EU to take action.
So what does that mean?
Well, what that means is that we will use the dispute resolution mechanism, which could lead to taking direct action in trade.
That means triggering Article 16?
That's something slightly different. That's the Northern Ireland Protocol.
Yes, and I'm glad she said that, because some Brexiteers have been saying, yes, Boris Johnson should trigger Article 16 in a way to punish the French or punish the European Union. And of course, that's a completely separate thing. The trade deal and the withdrawal agreement are completely separate here.
And of course, we're also negotiating about that. But what looking at the dispute resolution mechanism, the French have behaved unfairly. It's not within the terms of the trade deal. And if somebody behaves unfairly in a trade deal, you are entitled to take action against them and seek some compensatory measures. And that is what we will do if the French don't back down.
OK, when you say back down, what do you want that to look like?
Well, stop threatening UK fishing vessels, stop threatening the Channel ports, and accept that we are entirely within our rights to allocate the fishing licences in line with the trade agreement, as we have done.
Over what timescale?
Sorry, what do you mean over what timescale?
Well, you've said they need to back down. They've got one of our boats. How quickly do we want it back?
Well, this issue needs to be resolved within the next 48 hours.
So within the next 48 hours. Now, it's not very clear, but it seems that she's referring to Article 738 of the agreement between the UK and the European Union. Now, 738 has been mentioned by the likes of Lord Frost, the Brexit minister, and when she referred to 48 hours, that's not really how it works. It says here the responding part. So this is about the consult. So there are different stages. There's consultation and then there's arbitration. Now it says here as part 3, the respondent party should reply to the request promptly. So if the UK makes a request to the French government. Now I have to take a step back here and ask a question. Is the UK, if they are going to use Article 738, is the UK in negotiation with the French or with the European Union? Because this TCA, this agreement between Boris Johnson and the European Union on trade, is between the European Union and Britain. It's not between Britain and France. So is this an issue between the European Union and Britain, or Britain and France? At the moment, it's an issue between Britain and France. It's not the European Union. So using the TCA may not be the way to go. And I don't know, I'm not an expert on this, but it's strange that they mentioned the TCA, because the TCA is between, once again, Britain and the European Union. But it says here, the respondent party should reply to a request promptly, and in any case, no later than 10 days after the date of delivery. So if the UK say, okay, we want to start consultations, the French, if it's the French or the European Union, have up to 10 days to respond. Consultations shall be held within 30 days of the date of delivery. So if the request is made on a particular date, the consultation should be held within 30 days. Now, if the consultations break down or they're not held within the specified time, we move on to Article 739 and it goes into arbitration. So what happens here is you have a committee set up or a tribunal set up, and they will arbitrate between the two sides, between the British and who? The European Union or the French? I don't know. And I think this is a problem with this whole issue. the dispute at the moment is between Britain and France, not between Britain and the European Union. Now, is the European Union going to represent France if there is a consultation or an arbitration procedure? I don't know. So the idea that Lord Frost mentioned on Twitter, I think it was, he mentioned Article 738, points in the direction that this is a dispute between Britain and the European Union. But the threats that Liz Truss has made, or not threats, but the suggestion that this needs to be done within 48 hours, doesn't really hold any water. Are you going to send the Royal Navy once again to rattle a few cages? I don't know. But if she's talking about arbitration or consultation arbitration, once again, I don't know. Is this a dispute between Britain and the European Union or Britain and France? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.